if only it triggered yesterday, it would have made like about 600 pips from that, and now it's back into that area. However, I'm not sure this is to give us an opportunity to, you know, make money again. I think it's about to come clear liquidity that is above here where sellers entered before. We'll be looking for another place to sell. I know market is going to most likely sell today. There's a tendency that the market is going to sell today. We are still looking for a sell. So let's not just be carried away by the world news. Whilst we are looking at that, we'll quickly check the news and see what the reports generally is going to be like today. I'm still with us, please. Just waiting for my other tab to load. I'm trying to share this video live so that people that want to see us live can also join from there. All right. So moving forward, where we currently have, we have Canadian. These are the major impact news coming out today. So if you are trading USD card, you want to watch out for this employment change, unemployment rate, and the average hourly earnings. Same also for USD card, the average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, and unemployment rate. This is what trader pay most attention to. So the forecast for this was about 85,000. Let's see. So from the previous that was released last time was 57,000. Means that this is the number of employed people during the previous month, excluding the farm industry. So the projection now is about 85,000, which means it is good. You understand? It is good. So usually, if the actual is greater than this forecast, right, it will give more strength to the dollar. But if it is lower than forecast, like this one now, this was the last report that was released. It was lower than the dollar, and it's kind of, you know, if you check what happened July 2nd, July 2nd, let's see EUUSD for instance, or gold. So you see what happened on the 2nd of July. So you agree with me that, yeah, gold was seriously bullish. Why? Because the dollar was weak. So if that happens against today, if that report comes out against today, it will most likely, if it comes out lower than the forecast, gold will most likely keep the uptrend to the upside. But if it comes lower than forecast, but what we are seeing here, if you check the daily, gold is bearish before. All this looks more like a consolidation to this level. And that's why we agree that we will sell from here. But if you look at it closely, you'll find out that maybe there's still a sweep above this place before market touch the actual line, and which is currently trying to play out. If you have already sold for a meal, like I said yesterday, and you wanted to hold the position, if you have a big pocket, let's say you are using very small lot size, you can leave it to. You can leave it, just increase your lot. You can decide to increase your lot size above that level, right? But if you know your lot size is high, like the ratio to the capital, you understand? No lot size is too big. It's just the ratio to the capital. For instance, somebody trading with $500, you're using 0.1. That is very, very high on that capital. If you're trading with $500, are using 0.01. I think that is reasonable. You may be able to risk like, 100 or $50. Yeah, that's like about 10% of the position. Risk like $50 a year. You understand? And that will be you having like 500 pips range. You understand? So that's what I'm trying to say. So moving forward, please, if you are joining, kindly mute your mic. If you want to speak, we'll give you an opportunity later. I can hear voices in the background. All right. So moving forward, so DXY currently shows us some form of strength, like it bounced from this level. This was already predicted. We already said that market has dropped here. So two things will happen. Either market breaks out from here and start bouncing up back again because the market is actually bullish or whatever happens. So if you notice now that because dollar is finding strength from around this place too, this might also favor whatever we have with NFP. The NFP forecast would most likely be greater than the forecast. Like the actual will be greater than the forecast, which is this one. So if this comes out greater than this, it will boost the dollar and we'll see dollar go up. But the projection is that we want to buy. That is the idea here. So go to Euro USD, for instance. So if you are looking to buy the dollar, that means you want to sell Euro USD because USD is the quote, why Euro USD is the base currency. So if you are looking to Euro is the base, USD is the quote. So if you are looking to trade dollar and you want to buy dollar, yeah, you should be selling Euro USD. So if you are selling Euro USD, means that you either want to sell from where we currently are, or you want to wait for market to get into the other block, right? So usually this other block is a more stronger place to sell from. Why? Because it is where we have liquidity by enough buyers already. You understand? So that people can sell. That is where, because and also is a place where you see that this price is at 1.1520 at this moment. Now, if it becomes more expensive, more sellers will be willing to come in. So that's what it simply means, and that's why we are targeting that way. But there is no guarantee that markets will sell from this point. You might decide to sell from where it currently is now because I can see market covering gaps. So you can decide to sell from here, and if market decides to sell from here, what will just happen is that you'll be joining late. It's not that you might entirely miss the position. So if you go to like the 15 minutes and you are seeing the market structure shifts, you understand, happen. So for instance, this is the low that we have here. This level here is the low that we have, most recent active low. So if market breaks this level, you may be waiting for a pullback before you can sell. Or if market gets to your entry here, it's a good opportunity to sell. But if you look closely, these are double tops formation, and you expect that market will come sweep this area. Currently, if you check your time zones, you will find out that this this is Asian zone, market will most likely take our liquidity below this New York and get back to this level. So then thereby taking out the early high of this month. This is the latest high of this month, August high. But if you ask me, there's nothing that will make me sell from here. Either wait for a break below this level, right, in the 15 minutes time frame. A break below this level, that's to substantiate that the more sellers are already in and price may not come back here. Or I'll wait for price to get here and maybe give me a rejection or confirmation before I sell. So that would be that about that. While we are still looking at this, um, looking at an opportunity for this, we will not be making any changes. The only thing that you might want to do as maybe a scalper is that you might want to look for an opportunity to buy. But I usually don't like that because it is you counter trading against the major trend, and you may get hurt or lose money because you are taking more risks. So, but if yesterday, if you were waiting for an opportunity to sell for me, it means you still keep waiting up to this moment. So it means that you still be waiting up to this moment here without taking any trade for like how many days now? Maybe for like 2 days. So let's look for um okay, you know what's going to happen here that why I think to be much more accurate here. Let's go to the smaller time frame. Let's wait for a break above this level or market sweep this level below and give us an entry at around there. If market is able to sweep this level below, give us an entry at around there to buy. So we're looking for like a buy limit. The market comes and sweep this low. We'll look for a buy limit into this level. So, but there's NFP today. I don't expect anybody to hold this kind of position when NFP is, in play. It's better you focus on this place for NFP so that by the time NFP starts the up and down volatility movement, you will be safe when market triggers this level and you have enough stop loss to hold any manipulation that the news would kind of cause. So I'll post this in this group for USD sell limit. Moving forward, we'll be looking at GBP USD to. For me, I'm also considering whatever we had for yesterday. So between for Monday to yesterday, GDP USD has not given us a good trend. This is for Monday. It only went down a bit on Monday. So if you agree with me that even that Monday, if you go to the bigger time frame, it's just moving sideways. So this has been like a consolidation movement, right? So market is consolidating, is moving sideways. Rather either goes up, down, or sideways. So it's moving sideways at the moment. So it's a place where market will induce either sellers or buyers before it take a proper direction. But for those that are already buying, I think we are in a good spot. If you're already buying from here, you've been buying from here, you're holding a position, you're actually in a good place because if you check market is currently, looking at the bullish side. However, I said yesterday that this bullish time frame may end soon, so you might be considering closing your position. Now that you even have NFP today, so I think it's a good opportunity for you to maybe close your position and wait. So either wait for market to drop down into this level and give you an opportunity to buy here, or you just use your stop loss and guard this position that you did have before. Let's quickly now go to gold. So gold, um, we had this opportunity to sell gold from here yesterday. So this morning I did quickly mention that you know we may not be considering the sell opportunity from here. And my reason is that if you check where we intended to sell from yesterday from here, market went close to that place and then trigger. But for those that have waited, It had triggered this morning and it's more like currently in profit or thereabout. But if you look very well, you will notice that market did not break below this 4 hour now. Market did not break below any of this, like one, two, three, four. And today again is NFP. This is, I'm not saying that this may not work out, but it is no longer as let's say if we had a 90% assurance before that we wanted to sell good from here. Now it has dwindled. Let's say it's around maybe around 65%. It has dropped. Even though it is showing you, except maybe we have a close, maybe after this 4 hour close and you see a bearish rejection, right? Or you see maybe um this three inside down. I don't know if any of us know that candle formation. This close, another one close below this candle inside this bullish candle. That will give us another hope to say so without we don't see any more confirmation. Selling from here now might not be the best anymore. Yesterday, when we wanted to sell from here, only if we brought this down a little bit, it might have triggered. If I had brought this down a little bit, I think about we're trying to consider the body of this candle, this last candle, we're trying to consider like 50%. So that's why I put it here. So I think market started selling from even before it got there, very close, and gave us like 600 pips yesterday. So for those of you that were able to sell this market yesterday, because I know it's not everybody, some people have their own, analysis where to enter. Even if you give them entry, they have where to enter. So congratulations to those set of people. But for people that missed it yesterday, there's no problem. We'll get another opportunity today. This, as you're looking at this now, this shows that the buyers have strong momentum. Don't forget. So until you see something to, counter to mitigate that, like a counter offer, there's no need for you to start selling. Look at these three bullish candles that form. One, two, three. You see how strong they are. No rejection yet. There is no proper rejection. So let's wait for a confirmation before we sell. And don't forget that there's NFP today. So even when you have your position and you see that NF is closed, you could close your stop loss. So, because you might have, markets move in an unexpected direction today because of the report. So while we wait for job data reports, the other asset I want to look at is USDJPY. So USDJPY already has triggered, I think, from yesterday. So it's currently at the level where we wanted to look for an opportunity to sell from. So for those of you that have been considering a sell for this, I think this is a good place to enter. But one thing about this is that for USDJPY, once there is a drop like this, it is better to always look for a buy opportunity. Anytime you see a drop, you look for a buy opportunity. But this drop yesterday broke below major support. We hope that at least there will be a close again below this low. At least get to this side. So it is a good sell. If you are in this trade, it's a good sell. And that is that's about that. And then for oil, oil has been on, I think for those of us that were here since I think was it on Wednesday, we did this analysis. Anyway, we lost the one for Monday or so or Tuesday. So this one we did this analysis, and for oil is still currently in place. This is the update for oil. All right, so for oil, this is current updates. For if you have missed it before, you might want to look for an opportunity at around here to buy from here. Because oil made the major move from here, broke this level, moved down a bit, and then so here now we have a mitigation. This upload candles like the mitigation block for here. So you want to look for an opportunity around here to enter. You know why oil has not really moved that far? It's simple because the P stock, they are not sure where they are heading to yet. So this is about 318 pips. If you had entered with 0.1, you'd have made about $300 from this oil trade since the day we you know gave out this analysis. So I'll put this as oil update. So I don't know if there's any question, contribution, or anything at all, or maybe another asset that you want us to look at that was not spoken and you want us to look at so far. You can unmute so that you speak. Okay, somebody said GBP NZD. GBP NZD is currently bearish, and if you look closely, you will see that this is like a consolidation. This is 4 hour time frame. So this is like a consolidation that has completed itself 1, 2, 3, and then it has broken down to this level here. This will most likely continue. So you might be looking for an opportunity to enter from here. So you might be looking for an opportunity to take GBP NZD entry from around this place. So short position, you should be looking at the sweep above this level. So here you currently have a double top, yes, which will most likely fail at around there. So to take market back up into this your entry here, where you have this entry at around here. So you have this here down, and then you'll be looking at taking your profits either at this level, or I think it will be better you look for profit at this level. So you can have TP1 here and maybe TP2 at around here. So NZD is currently stronger than GBP, but this place might be, you know, an inducement to allow sellers come in early, take out their stop losses at around there, and then activate this point of interest like this other block that we have here. So have your stop loss at like 30 pips is okay to have for 30 pips. So this trade risk reward is about 7.1. So we are just following the trend. The trend is bearish, consolidation completed, and then we look for. All right. So for GBP NZD, I was speaking. I didn't know my mic was not off. So you see, this is a double top here, right? Which shows that sellers are already in. However, it might still fail because smart money will look at grabbing their stops at around there. Here you have more sellers compared to what you have here. So they might get weakened at around this area where you have this consolidation, thereby pushing price back up into this level again. That might not always be the case. And that's why you see that for traders that have big pocket, they would have entered and maybe their stop will be like at this level. They will enter from here. So they'll have something like this. They don't mind. This is about 100 pips and they want to make like, you know, 1,440, 1,000. 1,446 pips. You understand? So they don't mind doing that for this level. Sorry, 1,800 and 182 pips to this 100 pips here at around there. So they can have this here. At least this is like 3.6 word. So if you have this and you have entered from here, there is no problem. But for we that we use more capital now, so you want to look for a much more better place, and a much more better place to enter is now price has made double top here. This is first, this is second, and then you have your point of interest here. This is where consolidation also. We agree that there are most likely more sellers or people that so they will say there is more liquidity at this area. So market will come and grab this double high, maybe during the New York session, and then you can have your stops just slightly above in case it sweeps a bit of this high slightly above it. So this is, I think this is better since price has already started dropping for me. So this is a better trade. And then you look for your TP1 at this level.